Polar Roll is a fat bike race held in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. It's one of the events hosted by the 906 Adventure Team, so it holds a reputation for being difficult. Gnarly trails, more mileage than advertised, pushing your bike, and facing this in potentially sub-zero temperatures. As this is my first Polar Roll, I opted for the short event, 15 miles winding through Ishpeming. Here's how it went. Matching the spirit of Polar Roll, it snowed the night before I left. Fortunately, the storm was localized towards mid-Michigan, and the roads cleared the farther north I got. Up the mitten and across the bridge to Rambeland we go, to play in the snow with our fat bikes and some with their snowshoes. I've made it to Ishpeming. Polar Roll is tomorrow. I've got my race plate. Got to play on some ice dunes. So I'm like 2 miles from the start line. I should just be able to ride in, so I don't have to deal with parking. I'll check back in tomorrow morning. This is the face of a nervous man. The trails were drenched with rain earlier that week, meaning that the potential for ice was high. And I don't have studded tires. I am on my way to the starting line. I'm a little concerned. I still have the front wheel running tubeless. Hasn't really been tested yet. We should be good. We'll be okay. I rolled up to the starting line just in time to watch the 30-mile riders thunder by, followed by the 2 people who signed up to cover the same distance on foot, then lined up for my own event. The man you see here is Todd, the race director and face of 906 Adventure Team. This is the person we blame for whatever happens to us on course.
What's going on with the ears?
Having fun!
You'll be here, what, an hour? Hour 15 max.
3, 2, 1, let's go!
Woo!
Come on, enjoy rolling!
I'd lined up towards the back of the 15 crowd, so the rollout was measured. We were here for the fun and challenge, not to go full gas from the start. We rolled through town, climbed Hill Street, then hopped onto the single track. And it's suddenly so much quieter. Since we'd climbed through town, we got some downhill up front, and I gotta say, the trail conditions were perfect. Packed surface with good texture and plenty of grip. My fears of ice had been for naught.
We got this Foxy Brown.
Making what's work for it. Enjoy your ride. Other than cold, ice, fat bikes, snowshoes, and people that actually enjoy all of those things, Polar Roll is known for another 2 aspects, Baby Todd and a party aid station known as Hugs and Bacon. Baby Todd laughs at us, relishing our pain as we struggle through the course. Hugs and Bacon, on the other hand, helps ease any discomfort with, well, hugs and bacon, and campfires, and the Wheel of Destiny for anyone daring enough to drink a randomly selected beverage in the middle of an athletic endeavor.
Everybody pet the dog.
I didn't, but I said hello.
Would you like to say hello back? Hello, my name is Bob.
On second thought, 'tis a silly place. Time to move on. Halfway through the ride, I was feeling pretty good. But one catchphrase of the Polar Roll is, it gets worse before it gets worser. So, per tradition, we were approaching Sissy Pants. It's a rocky, chunky, technical trail in the summer, but winter brings its own challenges.
What is this?
It wasn't groomed, so previous people had hiked quite a bit, meaning that the trail was bumpy, could catch your wheel in a hole, and generally put you off balance.
Nope. Just gonna take a breather here. Not for me. Onward. We're at 9 miles-ish. Oh, no.
Took a wrong step.
I've taken a couple of those today. What's with all these ruts in the trail all of a sudden?
This is a bad spot. This is always a bad spot.
Ah, that's where we are. That makes sense now.
Honestly, that was a really fun section of trail, with more to come. I truly cannot emphasize how much I was enjoying this event.
There's a lot of emphasis on loading and using the GPS course, but I just want to point out all the signs, fluorescent tape, well-established trail with hundreds of tire tracks. It'd be very hard to get lost. If you are leading the race, you might want to have the route loaded. But for me, at the back of the pack, nothing to worry about. Those are Pringles. Enjoy nature. You know what? I think I am. Yeah. Yeah. Keep it up.
One thing I appreciate about mass events is the camaraderie you find on the trail. You typically group up with people of similar ability and get to feel like part of something bigger.
Thank you.
Knowing that there are other people like you, even when your family looks at you dumbfounded when you say, "I don't know if I can do this, but I sure want to try." This is a community of people who want to find their limits, of people who are getting it done together and having some laughs along the way.
It's a hot toddy.
So that's why I keep coming back to these events. The challenge, the satisfaction, the fun, and the community that makes it all happen.
Thank you.
There you go, boss.
That's what I'm here for.
Good job, John.
You too, Ann.
Good race.
It's cookie time. Well, I suppose that was the polar roll. I guess I was more concerned than I needed to be. I had fun. I'm not sure why I sound so surprised. It definitely was not a challenge the way the Margie is. It's still my longest fat bike ride, but it was only about 4 hours. Admittedly, it'd be a lot more if I did the 30. Maybe next time. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. You could crash at the polar roll. Drive off the road. In a windstorm. You could hike to the top of Hogback. And then crack your head on the way back down. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die.